Appearance. It has been said that we don't spend enough time on the appearance of the wine. That could be said for me as well, largely because I tend to consume wine in dimly lit wine bars, where I'm essentially as blind as a bat. But let's assume that we have enough natural, adequate light to form some opinions. What are we looking for? White wines generally range between a pale lemon or straw color through true yellow into golden amber and even brown. Why? Well, some of our pale silvery wines, that's an indication of the grape. If we're getting green glints, that can be an indication that the wine is young. As we get to a more intense yellow, sometimes that tells us that the grapes used in the making of the wine were exposed to a lot of sunshine as they were growing. Now, as we get into a more brown hue, brown normally means oxidation. So think about an apple left on your counter too long. This could be an indication of oak aging because oak imparts oxygen or other things. And as the wine deepens in that direction, that's definitely typically an indication of age. Now for red wine, see, I switched up for you. There's a couple things we're looking for. First, how translucent or not is the wine? It could be fully transparent, meaning I can read an article through it. Translucent, I can see my hand through it, or opaque, which means it's like staring into the void or trying to stare through ink. What this tells us is generally, whether it's a thin-skinned grape like Pinot Noir that would produce a more translucent wine, or a thick-skinned grape like Cabernet Sauvignon, which would generally be expected to produce a more opaque wine. The other thing we want to look at is the color. Most red wine is some form of ruby. If our ruby color is a little bit more red or orange, that generally indicates a higher acid grape, whereas if it is more purpley or blue, that indicates a lower acid grape. Now, and you're starting to catch on, there aren't a whole lot of absolutes in wine. This could be an indication of the type of grape, which is either naturally high or low in acid, or it could be an indication of the climate, which means a cooler climate would generally be expected to yield a grape that is higher in acid. The real takeaway when it comes to appearance is that wine is like people. Their appearance can pique our interest, but we can't form any hard and fast conclusions based on looks alone.